All right, here we are back again with another brand new floor plan. Steve DeVal along with Mark Andrus. We are outside the brand new Outlaw 38 MB, and this is I love the toy haulers. I mean, for one, we were out shooting our videos, ATVs, dirt bikes. That garage is awesome.
It does. It just gives you so many options for what you want to do today. We came off of a good Hershey show.
Yeah.
We had 5 Class A's sell at the show, which is a big deal for me. And I think the biggest deal with this, coach, is you can make changes to your ownership. You know, if you buy the traditional 38-foot, 36-foot gas, you can't take all your stuff, the kayaks, whatever it might be. So that's what I like about it.
Well, let's take us down. We'll start with the front, the powertrain.
Well, that's the biggest question that comes up is what engine? Is it a diesel? And the problem with putting a diesel engine up front, we've done the poor man diesel thing. It doesn't work in the front, the Ford engine. You can come with like a Peterbilt, but the V10 comes in a 3-valve in a Class A and a 2-valve in a Class C.
Okay.
So this has much more horsepower than, say, our Outlaw Class C because it's just a 30-footer. But the main thing with this coach, it has a transmission brake. It's doing all the thing. I run these coaches 75, 70 miles an hour, and they're doing the job. So to think that this coach needs a diesel engine, you can't put the engine in the rear and then have your weight capacity. So keep in mind, we've got a lot of customers out there already doing that, putting smart cars. So this isn't something we're guessing at. We've been doing toy haulers for a long time at Thor Motor Coach, so that's the main feature today. It's 26,000-pound chassis. That's the biggest Class A gas chassis made in the industry. It's going to have aluminum with 22.5-inch rubber on it. So that's going to be your biggest chassis out there.
We'll take you on the inside in a few minutes. We want to go around all the way down the side here, and then we'll open up the garage and show you how easy it is to set up. So let's talk about, I mean, the storage bays are huge.
You got storage bay, main thing, 100-gallon fresh water tank, and it's got the gravity fill. You know, the beauty of having a big freshwater tank is being able to, you know, maybe take a bucket and grab lake water and be able to put water in your RV so you don't have to leave.
Right.
A lot of coaches, you have to have pressure to do that, where we put the gravity fill on a lot of our units. So you got a nice quick dump there. Sickens paint, outdoor entertainment. There's a lot of different options. But the main feature is More-Ride. All these chassis are cut and upfit by More-Ride. Every chassis that we bring into Thor Motor Coach is going to go through that process. And I think that's the biggest missed thing in the industry nowadays. This coach comes from Ford with 2 drive shafts. It now has 4. So More-Ride does all that for us, balances out, make sure it's a true floor plan before we put a box on it. Moving on down, just more storage. So we're going to put 6-volt batteries. There's 4 of them in here. But with this system right here, I like to quote 11 to 12 hours off your inverter. And, of course, you can dial that in and get that much longer. But how many lights do you have on in the coach and stuff like that's going to change it?
Well, the other thing, too, is this is prep for solar. So if somebody wants to throw some solar panels up, all I do is hook them up, and then it's going to keep your batteries charged.
We did. We started out with just doing the prep. Now we've got 2 plugs on the top of all our products with EGS steel strapping to mount that into. And those wires are going to come down into a control box. So simply if a customer wants to do solar on this coach, they would need to add panels. So we've got all the hardware. Yes, that's it. And I think that's the difference, because you have to look at how much money am I spending to save money. Okay, so you can't run out there and spend $6,000 to save pennies on the dollar, but you could add a couple of panels and gain some more time out of your battery. But the beauty of a 6-volt is you can run those all the way down and they'll charge all the way back up, where a 12-volt won't do that.
Awesome.
But anyways, moving on down.
Let's keep on down. Watch your head.
More storage, pass-through storage. There. And remember, we got a nice place for your ladder, and this is also a water system heat coach. Now,
so what does that mean?
This basement's not going to have heat blowing into it because it doesn't have any water in it. It doesn't have any water lines or tanks. But when we run a 22.5-inch coat with a 13-inch rail, we're going to duct the heat down into where there's water system. So the beauty of that is when it gets cold, as long as your furnace is running, it's very minimal that you'll freeze up, but you have to have the furnace on. So anywhere in this application, a Challenger, a Miramar, is going to run water system heat. And that's just a nice duct work, but we can't do it on some of our smaller rails, like in an Ace and a Hurricane Wind Sport. Some of those would be tank heaters like other manufacturers out in the industry. But my clients that know their setup and do this right, are camping in cold weather already. They're already doing this stuff, but you just have to know what you're doing with this.
All right.
22.5-inch valve stem extensions. We got the nice D-ring. You can tie down your pets, bicycles, the nice grill, whatever like that, but we're going to make that standard as well. The awning coverage is nice too.
Yeah.
You know, I look at these awnings, and wherever I'm at on the side of this coach, I'm pretty much covered except for the slide topper. And this is all standard features.
And on a day like today, these awnings are perfect. We got to say hello to Glenn from New Jersey, and hello to Doyle, and hello to Phil and Jessica. Thanks for watching this morning. So as we work our way back, we got
moving
more
on back.
storage.
LP connection on most all our products. We made that switch, I believe, 17.5.
Yep.
So you don't want to have a grill right on your coach. You want to have that offset. You don't want to have any kind of heat here.
Right.
So make sure you get that, but you do a 5-foot hose and you can set that up. What we'll do now, I want to go in and demonstrate the inside coming out.
You tell me when, and you know, so say like the keys for this are up front, right? So there's in here, there is a little switch. You tell me when you're ready, Mark.
Go ahead.
Boom, you hit the switch, it releases the locks. We're all clear back here. All right, so here's your patio. You can also take the cables off, lay this down for your ramp, and Mark let us in a little secret. When you're loading up the ramp, you want to take your front jacks just a little bit down, right? And
right. You can take the pinch out of the, we got a dovetail here, and you guys with the choppers or something, a really nice bike that's low to the ground, you can take the pinch out of it by going manual and just putting those jacks down, but most of the times you're not going to have to do that in any other applications.
And this is the 0G ramp door. You saw how it just easily folds down. This is the snap and patio system, which you can see how fast this is to set up. And we move the door over to the side, right over here.
That's it.
And that's it. That's how fast and easy it is to set up. Now, you got your toys unloaded. You put the straps back in place, cables back in place. Now you got a great patio.
We do a nice option if you guys want to add the ladders. The ladder does come with the GP model. That's our twin porch.
Right.
But all the components are here, so get with your local dealers, order up the steps that connect to this. The next thing I want to go, and this is new. So this is the first time that I've seen this on the Outlaw. We're now putting what I call a seasonal door or whatever that might be.
I like this a lot.
Well, it gives you, I've had a lot of people wanting us to do it, and now that we're doing it, you can leave this down overnight and still lock that up. So this is a big deal for the Outlaw, something I've never seen. I'm excited about it. And you can close this up.
Yeah, there's a lock inside. We'll go inside. Let's go inside and see how that works.
And
you
still
you open it up. So
open that up so you've got a wide
Yeah.
area to get a smart car or whatever that might be.
And we do. We get a lot of people sending us photos of, you know, rolling up their smart cars in there.
So with this model on the MB, you know, we do the loft on a lot of stuff. So not to be confusing, the GP and the RB are still going to have the loft.
Right.
Okay, and so it's only going to be 6'1" or so right here. Now with this system has the happy jack, so you lose the loft, but again, you can take this couch setup, put them against the wall, and get 84 inches, I believe. There's a lot of different applications that you can use this for. You can let your bed down. You can do different things like that, and you're not going to have to worry about all the different stuff. Go ahead and let that down.
All right.
Now,
well,
this has pins in it, so if I wanted to leave this queen bed at the top, I could put pins in and have a couch with a table.
Right.
I can make all different kind of situations, but keep in mind, the Outlaw is designed for you to do what you want to do. I think that's critical to know that we're not going to just put a lot of money back here that's not going to be utilized.
Well, the one thing that's nice about this, too, is when this stops, okay, there you go, is you got a lot of people. This is a queen bed, all right? So you get a couple people up here. You can sleep a couple people down here. So really you got some great sleeping options, or you just fold that up into a couch.
I'm going to jump the gun and
keep moving. You go right ahead. And
so, again, you could keep this bed at the top.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. You take this out and leave it at the house.
Yeah.
You could take the couches out. But again, you know, I could be out here and still sitting. I mean, it's a little tight. I'm 6'1", but I'm still okay. So if I get up in the morning, I could get dressed to go riding my bike, whatever it might be, and not disassemble this and not have to close up the rear porch now because of the seasonal door. So I'm very excited about this option. It's all new. This is I think the second coach we've built. So be careful that if you're looking to make sure it's not something you have to have, but it gives the option. So we're going to make that standard again, in all our products. And I go back to talking about that because
Let me raise this up so Tom can get in here.
in most coaches, everything's an option.
So
We've now got everything standard on this coach. The only thing you could do is add like a dual pane window, something of that nature. You know, we're not making a rear ladder or any of this stuff optional.
The other thing too to point out, you know, because you got the glass door here that closes, you got your own AC back here. You got, you know, you got the little, I like to call it a jump start station.
Yeah, man, it's nice. You got the power outlet, Bluetooth, on, off. Remember, all this is removable. I can let the rear awning out as well. Touch of a button.
Nice, which is a good thing to do on a day like today. So as we head inside, we got another queen bed back here.
Got the queen bed, the bed down. This is what makes the difference. Now, again, I just don't want to confuse anybody. This is the only one without the loft. Right. So if you guys want the loft, stay with the RB.
Right.
If you or the GP, but remember the main goal in this is clearance in your garage, not giving up the bedroom space.
Right.
But adding the full wall slide to this coach, which you know, that's something to talk about. This is our 8th, 9th year. You know, I get them confused, but remember, a lot of these manufacturers are just now starting to do full wall slides.
Yeah.
And the beauty of our full wall slides, we've been there, done that.
Yeah.
And when you put a full wall slide in this Outlaw, it changes everything. Because in the RB, yes, you have 2 livable spaces.
Right.
This gives you livability throughout the coach.
Right, even when the slide is in, you still have access to whatever you need.
I get that question a lot. We don't design a coach where the refrigerator's not going to open. You can't. The only thing that I've seen in all our products is sometimes you might not be able to get to a drawer.
Yeah.
You know, something of that nature. And you just take that and don't keep that there if you need access to it. So, again, we're not going to design our slide outs where you can't use your coach in motion because that's what we build them for. We want you to have fun on the road because all this stuff out here, Steve, is beautiful when you get there.
Yeah.
But in a Class A motorhome, it's fun getting there.
And one of the things you can get to on the road, I always like to look at, you know, people love to see the bathrooms in here. The way that, because of the way it's built, to give you the head clearance, the shower in here is,
it's
huge. I mean, Shaq could take a shower in there.
Right, and that's what I want to show. I think this is 36 by 30 or something, but again, I'm 6'1". I've got the headroom, I've got the elbow room, and I've got a nice washroom here. It's going to be all real wood throughout. So there's no press board in this. You know, again, know what you're looking at. We started doing all real wood in most of all of our products, where most coaches are going to have a press wrap. This is all real wood.
Yeah.
So it's not going to explode on you over the time period if something changes, something of that nature. Make it to a nice little sleeper here, and then also here. And then don't forget the drop-down bunk. We'll make sure the pins are out and come down with this, because this is going to give you the option to sleep so many. But again, if you had, let's say, 3 families,
which you could easily do in here,
and be separated.
Yeah.
One in the garage, one in the bedroom,
another one up here. Yeah.
And still have a good time. So again, we started to do this many years ago. It works.
You know, let's talk about, because this is a toy hauler, and you're talking about 3 families. So what is the weight capacity of the garage in the hitch and stuff? So if people say, okay, I want to load up, you know, this many dirt bikes to get this many people. So let's talk about weight capacities and whatnot.
We do. We've changed a lot of different, and we have to have guidelines. Right. You know, I get the question, you know, of can I do this, can I do that? We recommend 1,800 pounds in the rear, and it used to be 2,500, and there used to, you know, a lot of different things. We've added some stuff. But the thing you want to keep in mind is not to exceed your gross vehicle weight rating with your tow vehicle. So, you know, guys, if you're wanting to load up the garage, cut back on the jeans. You know, don't take 80 gallons of fresh water, take 20. Only fill the fuel tank up 40 gallons. So, again, you can accomplish an 8,000-pound payload. I talked to a guy at Hershey, you know, and he pulls his Yukon, got a golf cart in the back, and loves the V10. And I've got guys out there saying it won't do it. But you have to understand, we already have numbers of clients with smart cars, whatever in the back. So keep in mind, 1,800 pounds, and then you want to accommodate your RV. You know, don't put 1,000 pounds on this side and 500 pounds on this side. So once you get all that stuff dialed in, you'll see your ownership get a lot better. Knowing what you're doing, you know, reach out to us. You know, we have launched, I think we got the new the app.
Yeah, we do.
And the only thing I'm excited about that for, you know, I don't like a lot of stuff, but it's being accessible.
Yeah.
You know, I handed out 50 business cards with my cell phone. we're always reachable.
Yeah.
We're always here for our clients. So,
and that's important. I mean, especially, you know, for first timers who are thinking this is what I want to get into, you need that information. And I know I've said this before, and I'll say it again. When you go out and you're shopping for toy haulers, and I know a lot of other people are just getting into the toy hauler business, and you're asking your dealers, hey, what's the difference between A, B, and C? Well, that comes down to the information that they get from our factory reps like Mark, who goes around to throughout all of his dealerships and trains those dealers on exactly what it is, so you have the knowledge. And again, if he's handing out his number, and right now is the time to ask questions, because this is the best knowledge you're going to get on this product while Mark is here.
Well, the beauty too, just not to interrupt you,
No.
is I sell a lot of these coaches. So
Right.
if you got a question that you need a direct answer, it's coming from the heart. It's coming from, you know, talking to a lot of customers that have already been there, done that, so to speak. So keep that in mind versus a retail sales guy.
Right.
Is a lot different, you know, arrangement than spending 30 minutes with one of the guys at the shows. We're always
Right.
out there, and we're going to give you the correct information
Right.
for your application.
Right.
And I think that's probably the biggest thing, is listening to the customer and then showing them what that would work for them.
And, you know, one of the things that I think works for, if you said, let's say you got 3 families in here, we have it so there's seating for those 3 families, and you got enough room in the kitchen there. Now, we got a solid surface in here in the kitchen?
Yeah, we've got a solid surface countertop. We're going to do the induction cooktop. We've taken out the oven in our high-end coaches. And
I want you to answer that question, because somebody was asking that on Facebook. Hey, you know, why take out the oven? But we got a great reason to do that.
Well, it's just, if you go out and you look at, let's say at 80%, and I'm just going to give a ballpark of RVs that are used, the ovens aren't used. Now, the convection was not the same as it is now 3 years ago. You do many videos, but with the air cooking now, there's no reason to lose the storage. Remember, it's not about, you know, the storage is the biggest obstacle.
Right.
And yeah, you got to buy the extra pans, but look at the countertop space, because a guy like me, I'm not going to be spending a lot of time in the kitchen.
Right.
But I am going to have a lot of junk laying around here. But I could still bake, and the main thing is I've got this storage. So we took out the oven, I want to say 3 years ago, out of our high-end applications. And so keep that in mind. But the convections that the customer was used to has changed a lot over the years. They've gotten better.
Oh, you use it exactly like everything an oven can do. That can do right there. And you can go onto our YouTube channel and you can check out all of our mobile meals. But I got to ask you on a personal level, because I know you are a huge outdoorsman. So if you won the Thor Motor Coach Arbor Day free Outlaw giveaway, which we don't have, but I'm just making up, and this was in your house, what would you do in that garage? What would Mark Andrus do? Because there are so many options, and I know you love to hunt, you love to fish.
There's a lot of options, and I think that the key would be, I've got 2 sons.
Yeah.
And my 12-year-old is, the option would be I can change as what he wants to do. So again, if I'm taking the family out, you know, all my family, I can go. If I'm taking, you know, me and the boys out to go hunting, if I'm going tailgating, and again, that's my answer for that, because that's why we build this coach. I can do what I want to do. I think that's it for why to buy an Outlaw, is you can make adjustments, because you think about it now, the biggest thing, you got death and taxes and change. And so for me, being able to change with what I want to do and not go out and think that I need something else or spend more money is why I like the Outlaw.
Get it first the right time.
It is.
Get it right the first time is what I meant to say, which was kind of funny that I screwed that saying up. But anyway, this is the all-new 38MB. It's got a lot of great features. It's got a lot of great options. You got more information on ThorMotorCoach.com, the link right below, directly to this floor plan. We have the Class C. We got a new 29S coming here in the next couple of months that will give you a rundown. So a lot of options when it comes out there to toy haulers. Shop around. You know, hit up people like Mark who can answer all your questions. He's going to be here with us today, so we're going to get you questions, even though you post them after this goes live. We'll still get you answers. All right. So Mark, thank you. I know you got
thank you for your time.
Yep. I know you got appointments to keep. So hey, we got more to show you. We got Hurricane 33X to show you. Now we're going to head over to the diesel side. We're going to show you the new Aria 3902. So we got a lot of things planned for you today. So keep it right here on Facebook, on YouTube, on Periscope, and we will come at you again very, very soon with another new floor plan.